It's your open source advocate, and I'm back with another video, and today we're going to talk about calendar invites. Now, I've done a couple of other videos on other open source software that can do this. So I've talked about cal.com, which is a really nice kind of Calendly replacement, but using open source. You can run this for yourself, but they also have a paid service, and you can run this for like a full organization. You can have tenants, you can have all kinds of really great things, and it helps support the open source project. So keep that in mind. If you go check out cal.com, it's a really, really nice system. I really like it, and it's very feature packed. I think it's a really, really cool system. So definitely give it a shot if you've been looking for a Calendly alternative. There's also Easy Appointments. I covered this one a little bit more recently. It's got a very similar type setup, but it has a few extra things. So with Easy Appointments, if you're trying to do appointments for different reasons, if you want to give your user, the person who's setting the time with you, the reason for why they want to have the appointment. Maybe you're going to do desktop support, or maybe you're just going to do consulting and you charge different fees for those things. They can choose what that service is, and you'll be more prepared for what you're going into in the meeting and be able to help them better. But it's pretty great. I really like it. It was very easy to get it set up, and it syncs with your calendars and things like that. So really not a bad setup, and really a nice little piece of software. So if you haven't checked that one out, definitely go do that as well. I just want to say thank you so much to all of my patrons over at Patreon. It just makes it so worth it every month to keep putting out these videos, every week to keep putting out these videos, because you guys are supporting me and this content. I cannot say thank you enough. Just truly from the bottom of my heart, thank you. For everybody that doesn't buy me a beer, buy me a coffee, a one-off over at PayPal, man, it just brightens up my day to see those things come through. I got one the other day that said, hey, NetLock RMM. So I am working on NetLock RMM. I appreciate you reminding me. I wanted to come back to that one. It was on my list. So thank you for that bump. It just kind of got it back in my head. I've been looking at it. I'm getting ready to do some recordings for it. I'm pretty excited about it as well. For everybody who subscribed to YouTube, thank you so much. It helps the channel grow. It helps other people discover this amazing open source software that's out there. And I can't say thank you enough for that. If you haven't already done so, click on that subscribe, click on that little bell so you get notifications about new videos about amazing open source alternatives and options that are out there. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I truly appreciate it. Now let's get back to the video. This video is sponsored by me. That's right. Did you know that I wrote a novel? I did. And it's a science fiction novel. It follows a guy named Dave, who's a pretty normal guy with a normal job, who happens to fall into a little bit of a less normal job, but doesn't realize it. He goes on some incredible adventures. He has some really cool things that he has to get done. It's just a passion project. I think you're going to love it. It's an action. It's an adventure. It's just so much fun. I understand if you don't want to do Patreon or PayPal, but maybe you'd like to get something out of some money that you're donating back to me. So by buying a book, you're paying me back, and at the same time, you're getting something out of it. You can jump over to Amazon. I'll have links in the description. You can jump over and get the ebook, the paperback, or the hardcover. I'll have links for as many countries as I can get links for, so no matter where you are, you can get a copy of the book. It is English only. It has not been translated. I just do want to put that out there, but I hope you'll get it. I hope you'll enjoy it. And let me know that you enjoyed it as well. Now let's get back to the program. I wanted to talk today about the functionality built into Nextcloud, because I've been using Nextcloud for a while now, and it just keeps getting better and better. And they are really trying to position themselves as the open source, privacy-friendly alternatives to things like the Google Suite or the Microsoft 365 Suite, things like that. And they're getting closer and closer with every revision. Now, I just got Hub 10 on my AIO, but they kind of hold Hub 10 back, or the Hub versions back on the AIO. They want to make sure everything's working before you go and upgrade your system, which I really appreciate. But it's probably been almost a quarter since the Hub 10 came out. So I'm just now getting access to Hub 10. But I really like the features they've got. They've improved a ton of stuff, which is great. So definitely I like it, and I think it's awesome. And one of the things I do use all the time is the calendar feature. So I want to talk about what you can do with this. So I've already set this up for testing a couple of times. So I'm actually going to go down here. I'm just going to delete this, and I'll delete these for testing, and I'll delete this one. And we'll kind of go through this again. But what it has is, first of all, Calendar has multiple calendars that you can set up. So you can set up as many calendars as you need to. And these ones with the little links icons, I guess, I have set up for multiple users. So I have this one is my family and my house. So anything I do that the family needs to know, like, hey, this thing's coming up, that goes on this calendar. This one is my personal calendar, so it's not linked to anything else. It's just for me to see what's going on. It's nothing anybody else needs to remember. It's just for me. This one here is my video recording schedule, so my editor on both of these and I, so that they know, so we know when I'm recording videos and when I'm going to be posting videos, things like that. I try to keep it up to date. I don't do the greatest job for sure, but I definitely try. Down here you can see that there are deck items involved with the calendars as well. So I've got these nice deck links that can work with the Nextcloud deck, which is a nice little Kanban feature that lets you get things done, kind of a to-do list, but for all your people to work on. And then down here at the bottom you have this appointment schedules. This is the part that kind of helps you get that Calendly type feel, maybe that Google type feel. I think it's a really, really cool feature. And I just didn't even realize it was here. And until I clicked into it to kind of figure it out, I didn't realize this even existed. So I wanted to share this with you guys because it's another great open source option to help you get there. If you want to use cal.com, awesome. If you want to use easy appointments, that's awesome. But if you want to use something and you're already using Nextcloud and you've got your calendars already going, then this is already here. So you can click on the plus and you can set up anything. Now you can make this very specific. You could say something like meet with Bob about his trains. But you could also make it very generic. So if you're an HR recruiter or if you're somebody who has to do an interview and you've got to set up time for people to have interviews with you, you could just type in interviews. You could set the location. Now you could use something like Jitsi Meet where you could do https:// meet.jit.si and then / whatever you want the name to be. So interviews 2025. But keep in mind that as people set this up, they're all going to have the same invite for this room. So if you have two people back to back and you don't get out of the first meeting in time or the other person's a little bit early, they could jump in on your current interview. So this is not the best idea, but it's something you could do. Just keep it in mind that does exist. Now you could also just type in online and then you can check this box. And if you're using Google Talk, or not Google Talk, oh my gosh. If you're using Nextcloud Talk, which is built into this system, it will set up a Nextcloud Talk room for you. And in here you can say, time for interviews for Director of DevOps. Something like that. Now down here you can select which calendar should this go on. So in this case, I would put this on my personal calendar. Visibility, I would leave it as private, but you can also set it to public so that anybody in your organization can see your available times and set time with you if you need to. You can set this for 15-minute blocks, 30-minute blocks, 45-hour, whatever you want. So I would say 30 minutes. And then here I would also put in probably 30 minutes. That's the duration of the meeting. So I don't know why they would set it to less than that, but just so you can type it in. And then any additional calendars that you should check. So because I have multiple calendars, I do want it to say like, hey, do I have anything on my family calendar that's going to interfere with this? And do I have anything on my video recording calendar that might interfere with this? Most likely not on this one, but maybe on this one. So it's good to have it checked anyway. So it goes on my personal calendar, but it checks my other two to make sure there's no conflicts before it makes a slot available, which I really like. Next, you set up your time slots. Now for me right now, it's set 9 to 5, which is probably fine. But I could also set this from 8 to 5, or actually 8 to 12. Let's just do 8 a.m. till 12 noon. And then I'm going to add from 1 p.m. and we'll go to 5 p.m. And I could do that each day so that I have that 12 to 1 time for my lunch where I normally want to take my lunch time. So you can kind of set this up as much as you want. You can keep adding times. You can add multiple time slots here that'll work. It's just your available time slots or the time slots you want to make available to people so that they can choose from it. They can also add time before and after an event. I think this is a great feature. So before the event, let's just add 5 minutes. So it'll buffer a little bit. So it won't let somebody add something that's too close. You can also just leave that off. And then you can say, hey, how much time before the next available slot? So I kind of like this. It gives me time to make my notes or go use the restroom or go grab a drink, something like that, before the next meeting comes up. And again, you can see you got lots of different options there for what you can do. And then how many slots do you want to have per day? So if I'm making 30-minute slots and I work an 8-hour day, that's 16 potential slots, but I probably don't want to do 16. Let's just limit it to 12. I could do 12 interviews in a day. That leaves me time for notes, for gathering my thoughts, for moving people along, everything like that. And then down here, you've got how far in the future do you want to let people, set up these interviews? So if I'm doing interviews, I probably don't want to wait too long. Let's just set a 2-week time frame, and I'm going to click save. That's going to give me a link. So I'm going to copy that link, and you can get to that link also here on the calendar. So you can see it's got this set up. I can just click here and click on copy link, or I can preview the invite. I can edit the invite if I need to, and I can also just delete it like you saw me do earlier. But I could copy the link from there as well. Now I'm going to jump over to my email, and you guys have seen that I use Snap Email inside of this thing. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to start a new message, and I'm going to send an invite to Brian at routemehome.org. And you can see I've done this for practice. Interview for DevOps Director. And then you can type in a nice little message. Hey, Brian, please use the link below to set up time on my calendar, and we will get the interview, if I could spell, process started. And then just paste in the link. So there it is. I've got my email set. I'm sending it to that person. I'm going to click send. Now right here I've got my calendar, which is what we're looking at, and here I've got my recipient email. Now in my inbox, here's this nice invite from this person for the DevOps Director position. I've got this link. I can just click on it and it's going to take me into the Nextcloud system for that person. And you can see here it tells me who I'm setting things up with, and it's Brian.McGonagill, it's interviews, and it's for the Director of DevOps, so I can see that. And of course I don't want to set any of these days because these have already passed. Here's the day I'm on, so I want to set something in the next 2 weeks. If I try to set it out here, it shouldn't let me, but we're going to go here to the next 2 weeks. Let's just set it for the 8th, and we'll pick 11 to 11:30. Now this is just auto-filling because I'm already logged into Nextcloud and I'm kind of doing this trying to be 2 people. So don't feel like it's going to do this. It would make me fill this in. So I'll type this in as Brian Mick, and I'll put Brian at routemehome.org. So this is what you would normally actually do. Either you would fill it in, or if it picked up on it, that's great, but it shouldn't be pulling it from my Nextcloud. It's only doing that because I'm logged into Nextcloud right now. And then you can type in a little message, looking forward to chatting, and hit go. So now I've sent that and it says, hey, please confirm your reservation. We sent you an email to make sure that we've got the right information. If you'll go back to your email and confirm. So I'll close that. And this brings me back to my email. Now I can go here and just refresh my email inbox. And after, it might take a minute or so for it to process, but it should bring me a new email. There it is. And you can see I get this nice little logo. And hey, please confirm. Here's the details so I can make sure that everything looks good. I can click on confirm. It's going to take me back over to the Nextcloud system just to say, hey, you're confirmed. Here's the date and the time. Make sure I add it to my calendar. That's important, right? And we can go back over. And now on this side, I should also have some emails. I'll hit the refresh button here. And it says right here, hey, somebody has gotten this set up for you. So there's my calendar appointment that they added. And then I can go to my calendar, and if I look at the 8th, there's the appointment right there already on my calendar in Nextcloud. I didn't have to go do anything or click anything or add anything. It automatically added it to my calendar. I can click here to see the details. And remember I told it to create a Nextcloud talk room, so I can click on this. It'll take me to Nextcloud talk, and it starts up this room for me so I can actually have a chat. And when the other person joins, I'll see that here. So I'm going to go and actually do this from an incognito window. We'll see how this works. I want to make sure it hasn't stolen my mic. Yes, okay, good. So let me go open up an incognito window, and then I'm going to go back. I'm going to grab the link from my actual email. And here it says, here's the confirmation for the appointment right there. And then there's that. So I'm going to click, I'm going to say copy link. And just in case I'm in a desktop client, I would copy the link, and then we'll go back here and let's paste that in where I'm not logged into Nextcloud. You kind of see how it looks as it brings this up and it's loading. And it's going to ask me for my name. And you can see it should show me here, and it shows that the other user created the conversation. Cool. So I'm going to split screen this. I'm going to put that one on that half, and I'll come here, and I'm going to put this one somewhere on this half. There we go. So on the left is the employer, and on the right is the interviewer, the person that's being interviewed. So kind of keep that in mind. So I can see here that this person is now in the room, so I can send a message. Hey, we'll start the call soon, and you can see over here that it shows that I'm typing. And when I send it, there you go. You can see that. Sounds good. And of course, then I can try to start the call. Now, if I do this, it may steal my mic. I don't really want to do that. You know what it looks like when you start a video call. It shows you the camera, it asks you to accept it. It shows you the microphone, it asks you to accept it. It makes sure everything looks good, lets you type in your name, and then the call starts and you have a video chat. you get the idea. That's kind of outside the scope of this video of getting Nextcloud Talk working and everything. But just know that it's a really, really cool feature with this calendar. And now I've got two people in this room. They can start a call. They can have an interview. They can take notes. They'll have this afterwards. I mean, just really, I think, such a cool feature that I didn't realize was built into Nextcloud. And I wanted to share it with you guys. So I'm going to jump back to the calendar. And as you can see now, I could be doing this on the day, of course. This is not the day, but it'll remind me when it's time. And it's really, I think, one of those features that I'm just like, man, this is such a cool thing. And I didn't even realize it existed, so I wanted to share it with all of you. Now, after you're done with this, if you're like, okay, I don't need that anymore, you can just click here and click on delete. It'll get rid of it. If you're like, oh man, I didn't really want that to be just the next 2 weeks, or I need it to be a little bit further out, this person doesn't have availability yet, you can go in here and you can edit everything about this. You can make those changes. You can save those changes. It'll update it. And when people click on the link, they'll get those updated changes. It's really a very functional, very flexible system. I just can't say how much I'm excited about having this here, just because it makes it super easy for anybody who needs this type of functionality. And again, if you're already running Nextcloud, it's already there. It's one of those things you could take advantage of that maybe you just didn't know you had. All right, I've covered everything. I've talked a lot. I hope you got a lot out of this. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends about it so they can come along in the open source journey with us. And I'll talk to you next time.